welcome to Learned Empowerment, where we chronicle the best, most life-changing ideas, concepts, and beliefs. I'm your host, Kendel Christensen. For our first episode, we're talking about one of the most important concepts I've ever come across. To me, this is a huge piece of the puzzle when it comes to how to move forward as the human race. Think of if the world were less defensive, more tolerant of mistakes, celebrated the excess of the other more, rather than feeling like somehow someone else's success takes away something from us. And most importantly to me personally, imagine a world where everyone would take more responsibility, not be intimidated or scared to admit they don't know something, and admit more of their contributions to problems and failures rather than blaming others or making excuses. All of those things and more are affected by how you view yourself with regard to your talents, potential, and development. It can profoundly affect the way you lead your life, and what I'm talking about is an area of study known as the growth mindset. Researcher Dweck posits that in general, each person tends to think that a fundamental way that they view themselves fits into one of two categories. A, my abilities, talents, and intelligence are the most part innate and unchangeable. I can discover the things I'm good at, but for the most part, my ability to improve any given thing is pretty much fixed. She calls this the fixed mindset. Or B, my potential to grow in anything I dedicate myself to is almost unlimited through effort, learning, and perseverance. This is the growth mindset. And my claim is that one of the top things that if more people knew about and applied would change the world. With a growth mindset, effort transforms from a sign that there's something wrong with you to excitement to get to the next level. Mistakes go from proof that you're uniquely flawed or stupid, fixed mindset people have a very hard time admitting mistakes and taking responsibility, to an expected part of the journey that gives you an opportunity to learn more. Everyone doesn't know a heck ton of stuff, makes mistakes, has flaws and weaknesses and blind spots, and contributes at least a little bit to most problems. And heck, I, me, you, the person who disagrees with you online about politics on the internet, are part of everyone. If you think you're above being the one with the blind spot or the one to blame, chances are you have a fixed mindset and judge yourself as if there's something wrong with you if you don't know something or did something less than perfect. So to compensate, you play a lot of games and avoid admitting as much. But if you have a growth mindset, differences make you curious to explore rather than distressed. Conflict and feedback morph from a threat causing a need to shift blame to others to the breakfast of champions, and you realize that you yourself stand to benefit the most from understanding even what your worst enemies say about you, if they're at all competent, which we'll go over in our episode about the Dunning-Kruger effect. But when you have a growth mindset, winning and losing suddenly doesn't stick to you as much because you're in this for the long-term investment. And losses are just expected stepping stones along the way, and even the best in any field still deal with them. Failures don't measure your value. You know that the most accurate judge of your abilities is more than just if the last thing you did was a success or failure. One of the hallmarks of a fixed mindset is their self-esteem is only as strong as their most recent undertaking. So many never undertake anything hard or uncomfortable at all. A fixed mindset is constantly worried how others are judging them and if they're good enough. A healthy growth mindset not only has much more compassionate internal self-talk, but realizes that good enough is totally the wrong question to ask. Not only is that ultimately subjective and a moving target, but they view themselves as a continual work in progress. This will change your life. Say to yourself, as long as I'm putting in the effort, there is literally no reasonable expectation anyone can place on me more than that. Doesn't that take a load off? I give adopting a growth mindset a current ranking of the 7th most lesser known concept that would go the furthest to change the world for the better. What do you all think? Let me know in the comments why you think so many people have a fixed mindset and what you would tell them to become more open-minded and compassionate in their self-talk. And for the extended conversation that includes things like the huge effect this has on things like raising kids, as well as the reasons why a fixed mindset is so hard to change, subscribe to my membership page at learnempowerment.com. Committed to your success, Kendel.